Even if we are used to fantasy stories, facts could be stranger. With the roar of the chariots and wheels, your walls tremble. 1274 BC. The Battle of Kadesh, the Battle of the Chariots. The continuation. Part 3.
Soldiers, we are charged with a noble duty to hold these walls and shield the people within. The gods willing, we will be a match for the task. Whatever happens, we must not yield, must not fall. To arms! Prepare and make ready!
Ramses II, pharaoh of Egypt and master of the dark arts, marches with his army of around 20,000 warriors against the great Hittite Empire, numerous Anatolian Syrian kings under the Hatti military alliance. He stormed the left border fortress of Kadesh, defeated the Hatti army stationed there, and took the border fortifications. It was looted. Meanwhile, the right border fortress began to move. 1,500 heavy chariots. The heavy cavalry of antiquity. They dashed in a wide arc over the bridges of Kadesh and smashed the Egyptian 2nd Division, which was there in a hurry, from the side. The 2nd Division of the Egyptians consisted of morally loyal Ethiopian slaves of the Egyptian kingdom, elite hunters who never give up on their hunt. They fled to their pharaoh. A few reached the left border fortress and informed him of the impending danger as the roaring heavy Hittite chariots approached. From the 2nd Division of the Egyptians, 5,000 strong, only a few dozen made it to their pharaoh. Ramses was cut off from his remaining divisions and unable to escape, captured. The previous battle demanded a lot from him and also from the 1st Division, the Ammonius Division. He still had 1,500 light Egyptian chariots. But in the field he cannot defeat the heavy Hittite chariots. After the conquest, the pharaoh, Ramses II, entrenched himself in the left border fortress. He had the facility manned and reinforced what could be reinforced. The onslaught of the Hittite chariot division was like a sickle wave of death. No one could defeat this army in the field. Ramses II knew this and used powerful magic. He had the fortress plundered and found new ammunition for the bows and also valuable bronze armor. One alone was a treasure, but he could capture 100 or so and strengthen his elite warriors. He only had a single fighting force of fully armored warriors.
Our defenses will hold, and you will hold. Or by the gods, I will throw any who run from the walls myself. This is no place for cowards today, for we stand between the enemy and our people, and we must hold.
Bronze armor, helmet, and shield. His elite. Together with the surviving Ethiopian wild cannibal warriors, they held the entrance. At all costs. For the pharaoh. The remaining warriors, consisting of chariot archers, were spread out in the border fortress, ready to face the enemy. When the Hittite bulwark appeared on the horizon, the pharaoh, Ramses II, was ready. Everything depended on his elite warriors at the entrance. He had wooden stakes set up and spears wedged. The enemy army had to go through a narrow gap. Pharaoh unleashed his dark arts. Cars tipped over. Cars rammed cars and became wedged. The elite warriors did the rest and stood like a second wall. Pharaoh rained arrows. The apocalypse began. Twilight of the gods. The heavy Hatti chariots had to retreat with their tails between their legs, back to where they came from. But it wasn't over yet. Another Hatti division approached from the east and crossed the river. The Kadesh garrison. An infantry division defending the city marched north to cross the Orontes River and attack the camp captured by the Egyptians.
I will kill any man I see with mercy in his heart. position, sir!
Steady there! No need to worry about a few idiots over there!
Why aren't we fighting them? Well, they've all been shooting from you, huh? Better than giving them a fair chance! You unwashed swine lovers! Run home to your big wives! Leave your section! Come on, you sons of boys! Come on, don't throw that bomb! Cheer, you miserable lot! Cheer! Whoa! Up your target! Steady now! Come on, lads! Run for our guests! Double down your master! Look out, any man who uses that position! God, stop this!
The Chariots could only cross the river at Kadesh. But another Hatti division passed the river directly from the east and reached the left border fortress under Ramses II at dawn. Ramses thought he had defeated the enemy and continued to plunder. He was waiting for his reinforcements, 2 more Egyptian divisions, but was surprised by the advancing enemy army. Yet again, Ramses was still prisoner and cut off from supplies. He stocked up the last of his arrows. The all-decisive battle ensued. The enemy stormed the former Hittite camp to recapture it. The Egyptian front line at the entrance was thin. Barely 500 warriors. Egyptian elite spearmen and Nubian elite warriors. The enemy threw a division on the Egyptian camp, 5,000 warriors. And Pharaoh threw arrows. A lot, but all of them had poison. The Egyptian fully armored elite warriors fought doggedly and held up even under heavy fire. The losses were enormous. There was a lot of action. The Hatti stormed the entrance. Thousands. Arrows rained down on both sides. But Ramses had a plan B again. He set his chariots in motion. He left the camp through the back entrance, circled it, and attacked the enemy from the side. The Hittite division fought doggedly for the entrance to the fortress and was completely surprised by the pharaoh. With his remaining chariots, the pharaoh rode deep into the enemy ranks. His last chance to turn the tide in his favor, and forced the enemy division to flee. When the pharaoh had routed the enemy division, he learned from the prisoners with poison that Hatti's scouts were heading north to Kizzuwatna. There are 3 more divisions ready to move to Kadesh. His first division, the Ammonius division, was severely thinned, and he lost half his chariots. The second division, the division of Re, was completely destroyed. He withdrew to his remaining divisions, the 2 divisions of Seth and Taat. The Kadesh campaign was a complete disaster. Ramses decided to return to Egypt. Even though he was unable to achieve his goals, his great victory against the Hittite forces was celebrated. Both powers had realized that they were unable to defeat their opponents. The Battle of Kadesh had remained without a real winner. However, although the army narrowly escaped catastrophe, Ramses II was celebrated as a brilliant victor on many monuments in Egypt. On the initiative of the Hittite king Muwatali III, a peace treaty was finally concluded. This alliance pact was the first historically guaranteed treaty between 2 major powers. It was intended to last forever and established the spheres of influence of the Egyptians and Hittites with the Orontes as the border between the 2 empires. In addition, a marriage alliance sealed the contract. Ramses married 2 of Muwatali's daughters. If you liked the video and don't want to miss another one, then I would be very happy if you press the I like button and I don't want to miss it switch. Sequel follows.